When you hear the words comfort food, what comes to mind? Maybe pot roast, meatloaf, mac and cheese. During these cold winter months, there's nothing quite like it to warm you up and make you feel oh so good. The queen of green cuisine, Chef Debra Queen, is here to share her recipe for what she calls modern upscale comfort food. Welcome back.
Thank you.
That sounds
Pleasure
delightful.
to be here.
Very happy. I see a little bit of grilled cheese here. You can't go wrong with grilled cheese.
Yeah, we're doing a kind of a grown-up grilled cheese with the sage on the outside, but it could be a kid-friendly with just American cheese. It could be any kind of cheese inside, any kind of bread, but you have to have butter.
Sure, and one of my favorite things to do with the grilled cheese is dip it in tomato soup, and you have that covered also.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're making that from scratch, and you'll see just how quick and easy it is to make your own homemade soup and not open the can.
So I just want to mention, you brought all of your talents here to Connecticut Style, but
yes,
people can find you, and you'll actually go to their homes and cook for them.
Yes, that's right. Chef Queen's Cuisine. I'm an organic personal chef and the queen of green cuisine. And I try to shop at farmers markets and get everything wholesome and fresh and natural.
All right.
No pesticides or anything. So,
well, let's start this. I'm going to be in charge of the soup.
Yes.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right, take your spatula, and you've got, for the sake of TV, we just, pre-cooked a little bit of this. So that's your red onion and your bay leaf. The bay leaf, you always want to score it across the vein so it releases the emollient oil.
I did not know that.
Yeah. People throw it in whole, and then it's like just throwing in a stick. So
now,
you gotta.
What else I didn't know is exactly what a leek looked like before it was cut up here.
That's the leek. You use the white and the light green part only. So, most of the flavor is there, and it's not the hard woody end. And so we'll get our temperature going a little bit higher here.
Okay.
So this
I'm going
is
to do
all
the carrots next.
Pre-sauteed. We've got garlic in here, red onion, celery. Your carrots.
I like this veggie and tomato soup because usually you notice like it's just the tomatoes.
That's right.
pureed.
That's right. So you've got all this in here, and we're going to puree this at the end. And before you puree it, you want to make sure you take out the bay leaf. All right.
I would have left it in there.
All right.
Probably end up eating it. So are we doing the paprika next?
We are doing the paprika
and this is
next.
unique paprika. It's not your typical.
That one is Spanish paprika sweet. You can get Hungarian. You can get smoked. But it adds a nice color and a little depth of flavor in there that can't be mistaken.
All right. What's next?
We're going to put a little bit of olive oil, and you put a tablespoon of the clarified butter. Also known as ghee in Indian cooking.
Oh, Justin, we know about ghee.
Clarified butter has the milk solids taken out, so it doesn't burn. It doesn't cause that, yucky look to
a little healthier for you, would you say?
It's a lot healthier,
okay.
Yep. And so let me turn this down. We're going to make our grilled cheese now. We don't want to...
Should I put these tomatoes in and smash them up a little bit?
Tomatoes can go in. Everything
all right, I'm going to try
now.
this without splattering it.
Okay, and your hot chicken stock is going to go in there.
Succeed with this. So you could also do this with fresh tomatoes if it were summertime. I mean, you wanted soup in the summer, I suppose.
You just chop those tomatoes. Some people take and blanch them and get the skins off and take the seeds out. But if you use a food mill afterwards, you don't really need to do all that. You just cook it all together, and then you put it through the food mill, and it purifies it.
All right. Am I going to mash these tomatoes in here?
Yep, mash them up.
All right, and you're going to get the sandwich going?
Our chicken stock is here.
Okay.
All right, so we put our hot chicken stock in there.
I'm making a mess. So really, you could use beef stock or vegetable stock, really whatever your preference is?
Often I use vegetable. Low sodium is best. Okay. And so we're going to grill this so it's golden brown.
And you put the leaves right on top of the sandwich there?
Yeah, this is the grown-up version. We've got Gruyere, sharp cheddar, and we've got Cooper American sharp. So it's wonderful, and it's tasty.
And I'm sure you could use a variety of cheeses. Can you do it with a brie, say?
Yeah, well, if you were in St. Martin, okay,
well, that's where I like to have my grilled cheeses. So
you could put brie, you could put shredded apple, pear, a little bit of mustard slathered on the inside, and you've got a really upscale, really fun, creamy sandwich with the brie.
Sounds delightful.
So this just gets, as I say, nice and golden brown on one side, and look at how beautiful that is. It doesn't take long. Cast iron is my vessel of choice for cooking. As you see, I use that a lot.
You put a little butter or olive oil in the pan first?
I use the clarified butter.
Okay.
Yeah, you could use olive oil if you don't. If you're vegan, you don't do butter. You could obviously use any kind of oil, but the butter just gives it that really rich flavor when you bite into it.
And you chose rye bread? I mean, I suppose you could do any sort of bread.
Yeah, you could do sourdough. I used rye only because it looked so good at the market yesterday. And if you're really energetic, you can make your own bread. But this has the Gruyere, the cheddar, and the American. You can make it just kid-friendly with white bread and cheese, but, you know, however you like to do it.
Should I put these spices in the soup?
Yeah, all that goes in.
All right.
Yeah, you've got your basil, just a little bit of pepper and salt.
I added too much,
that's
okay. All right.
You've got a Hawaiian pink sea salt there. Okay, a little bit of that. And this is sugar in the raw. That'll sweeten up the tomato. Yeah.
Is that enough? Okay.
Yeah, that's enough. Let's see.
Oh, this is really coming together nicely
here. It's coming together beautifully. In here, you've got a little cayenne, crushed red pepper, and celery salt.
All right,
so just to give it a
kick.
Little flavor profile.
Little pizzazz.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, when you go out and cook for clients, what's the menu like? Anything they prefer, or do you come with ideas?
Well, I call it upscale modern comfort food.
Okay.
Now look at how beautiful that is. That's your sage on the outside, which gives it a lovely flavor. You could actually put basil on the outside if you wanted to, but just leave it plain for kids. They like it that way. But yeah, my clients, I go over like a questionnaire with them and find out what their likes and dislikes are, if they love Asian and more than, you know, Italian or whatever. And then I plan a menu based on their likes and even their medical needs.
Okay.
And like
and
say
really
if they're
cater to
diabetic or, you know, they want salt-free or sugar-free or anything. Yeah, so I do.
And you would even do it for up to a week of meals?
I do 3 to 4 days typically.
Okay.
Yeah, and my clients are just loving it. They tell me it's the best value in town.
All right, we have about a minute left.
No more wasted food, you know, and they don't have to eat out every single night of the week.
I'm going to stand back.
This is just to puree it, to make it nice and smooth. And of course, if you were at home, you might cook it a little longer, obviously. But our finished product is over there. And, you know, the kids just love that, you know, comfort food.
Yeah, well, kids of all ages, really.
Yeah, old, young, in between. We all love tomato soup and grilled cheese.
And you could thicken it up a little bit with cream. That's an option also.
And that's what you're going to do. You're going to put a little cream in here just to finish it.
All right.
And so...
it just smells wonderful.
There
more?
We go.
You like a little more?
And, you know...
a little more.
You can add any kind of flavor profile. You could add beans to this and pasta, make a tomato mac or a minestrone, and add chili seasons, make a chili mac.
Okay, great.
There's a lot of things you can do with it.
Well, Chef Queen, will you stay with us to the end of the show so we can all sample everything?
I'd love to. We've got to feed those kids.
That's true. All right, if you want Chef Queen's recipe, just come to WTNH.com and click on Connecticut Style. Again, thank you so much for being here.
I'm so glad I could be here.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes, and coming up next, Carol E. Brown from the West Haven Black Coalition talks to Jocelyn about the upcoming Martin Luther King Jr. tribute when Connecticut Style returns. Stay with us.
Thank you.